What will happen to our planet and its people when we run out of fresh water? Although it may seem like a problem for the future, many impoverished communities already have to consider this question. This is the topic that is covered in the widely successful 2008 documentary Flow, For Love of Water, which won the Grand Jury Award for Best Documentary at the United Nations Film Festival. The film shocked audiences by offering a never-before-seen look behind the curtain into the world of government corruption and water rights violations. Director Irina Salina took her inspiration from previous films such as An Inconvenient Truth, which essentially began the environmental documentary genre with its release in 2006. Following An Inconvenient Truth, a wave of environmental documentaries was released, including Gasland, Years of Living Dangerously, Tipping Point, The End of Oil, Fuel, Earth Days, Blue Gold, Food Inc., and of course, Flow, For Love of Water. The environmental documentary has now become one of the most popular genres of documentary today, all starting with An Inconvenient Truth, which was said to have brought the environmental documentary to its current preeminence, and also did much to establish the genre's overarching tropes. Flow uses both these visual and non-visual aspects to educate viewers about the global water crisis and inspire them to fight against it. Flow begins with an emotionally moving quote about human needs, and then includes several scenes showing flowing rivers and streams. Throughout the film, clips of flowing water occur as a motif and are used to provide a stark contrast to the desolate, impoverished communities shown later on. They allow audiences to see the juxtaposition between the poor communities and the rest of the world. The film discusses many aspects of the global water crisis, including water scarcity, contaminated water, and corporate privatization of water resources. It uses several graphic examples to appall viewers and to create an emotional connection between audiences and the individuals shown. In one scene, Flow shows a village in India, Plachimada, where Coca-Cola has built a factory to pump water, leaving the villagers with no source of fresh water. They've even poured toxic sludge into the nearby fields. These images of the toxic materials are disgusting and make the viewer realize how corrupt these large corporations are. The large, expensive factory shown is a contrast to the poor surrounding community. The injustice inflicted on the community is meant to outrage audiences. Another scene that is extremely impactful is when the film shows a river of blood flowing through a community in Bolivia. The blood is coming from a nearby butcher shop, and animals and children are even shown playing in and near the river. These images use a common tactic of the environmental documentary, shock, in order to create an emotional response in the viewer of outrage and disgust. Some non-visual elements of Flow also serve to inspire viewers to take action and fight against these injustices. At the end of the film, there are several powerful scenes of impoverished communities marching and protesting against water privatization. Throughout these scenes, inspiring music continues to get stronger and louder, inspiring the viewer and creating a sense of urgency. Combined with credible research, facts, and statistics, these shocking images and empowering scenes create a film that not only describes a very serious global problem, but inspires the viewer to truly care about the issue and the affected communities. Studies of other environmental documentaries have shown that these films are often more impactful in changing public opinion than legislation or research. In fact, An Inconvenient Truth was stated to have had a much greater impact on public opinion and public awareness of global climate change than any scientific paper or report. Another non-narrative element of Flow was the wardrobe choice made by Salina. Although the clothes worn by individuals in the documentary are not technically costumes, the wardrobe choice is still used to further emphasize the juxtaposition between indigenous people groups and corporate executives. During several scenes in Flow, the executives of water companies are shown wearing expensive, luxurious suits, while the members of the communities that they are exploiting are shown wearing old, dirty clothes. Throughout the film, Salina uses powerful images of poverty, desperation, and helplessness to shock the viewers and create a lasting impact on audiences. She also uses the non-visual elements, such as music, to empower viewers. This is the true aim of Flow, not only to educate audiences about water privatization, but to inspire them to fight against it in their own communities and around the world. After educating audiences for 93 minutes on the serious problems facing our world's water resources, Salina offers a way for viewers to be a part of a long-term solution. At the end credits of Flow, there's information about a proposed United Nations amendment to add the right to water to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Viewers are told that to support this measure, they can sign a petition at flowthefilm.com. This is perhaps the most important part of Flow, because Salina allows audiences to act on the emotions that she has created throughout the film. Perhaps Flow, like an inconvenient truth, will change global public opinion on the water crisis and support future changes to make our world a better place.